today's workout, which is obviously in a new location because it's way too hot outside, so thank you to Judith and David for letting me use their gym to film in. So today's workout is called functional flow. So by functional movement, I'm meaning the movements that we make every day. So when we're picking up a bag off the floor, or emptying the shopping, or lifting up a child. So it's just to make your body stronger to make those movements. So in Pilates every movement we do is a functional flow movement, but I just wanted you to make yourself more aware of it today. Okay, so we're going to start by standing, feet hip distance apart, and we're going to do some flowing breath. So I want you to inhale, take the arms out wide, and then as you exhale, put the back of the hands together and you dive down. So inhale and exhale in. So really open those arms out wide and push down. Feel that rib cage expanding. One more. Okay, so now we're going to go out and then the hands are going to come together. So we're doing a little bit of namaste. Okay, so lightly press them together, sweep round. Two more. And last one. Good. Okay, so we're now going to warm up the shoulders. So I want you to just move one shoulder at a time. So your right shoulder, we're going to circle forward for 3. Okay, and then reverse. So nothing else is moving, you're just using that shoulder to move. Now we're going to bend the elbow and do the same. 3 one direction. And then bring it forward for 3, 2, 1. Now extend the whole arm. And we take it round, 2, 3, and then come forward. 2, 3. Great. Okay, so other side. So the reason I'm doing individual sides is because you will have a dominant side. So it's making sure that we're doing the movement independently. So I want the right side to be independent of the left because we don't know when we need to go and call on that side of the body. 2, 3, and forward. 2, 3. Brilliant. I'll show you the next one from the side. So we're going to be protracting and retracting the scapula. So I want your arms at shoulder height, okay? Elbows are bent. And we're going to just lightly bend the knees as you bring the shoulder blades around and apart at the front. And then we're going to bring them together at the back as you extend slightly. Okay, so forward and back. So exhale, inhale. Good, so really feel those scapula, the shoulder blades on the back, just coming around and then together. 2 more. And last one. Good job. Okay, final one standing. It's going to be some standing spinal rotation. So I want you to come into a slight squat, so you're hinged from your head to your tailbone in a nice straight line. Here. We're going to put your right hand to the inside of your knee and your left hand is going to go on your forehead. And we're just going to rotate back and down. So it might only be a small movement, but we're just isolating that rotation. And one more like that. Okay, and then do it with a straight arm. Take it back and down. Back, down, back, down. And let's do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so left hand to the inside of the knee, right hand to the forehead. So I actually feel like I have more rotation with a bent elbow than a straight arm, but it's good to try both. Okay, so now straight, open, and in. 2, and 3. Okay, so we're now going to go down onto the mat. So we're going to line our back Okay, so holding on behind the thighs, rolling down, arms are long, and that pelvis is in a neutral position. So you might want to just tip it up. That's your imprint. Push it away, make it arch a little bit, and then you're settling in the middle for a nice neutral pelvis. We're going to start with just 3 hip rolls. So we inhale to prepare, exhale, tip that pelvis towards the ribs, push through the heels using the glutes and the hamstrings to come up, making sure that rib cage stays down, so don't stick it out, keep it pulled down, and then rolling down 1 vertebra at a time. Getting as much movement as we can out of that lower back. Just 2 more. And 1 more. So we're now going to move on to some abdominals. So I want your head in your hands, so it's nice and heavy, elbows are in your peripheral vision, pelvis is neutral. We're going to flex up as you bring 1 knee in, but try not to tip that pelvis, keep it nice and neutral, and then tap. So alternate legs. So let's do 8. Nice and controlled, ribs are gliding down towards the pelvis. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, and lower the head, and now the legs go long. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing, but we're bringing that knee in further. So we're going to come in and down, in and down. So for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we're going to bring in some obliques now. So I want you to, let me change that. So we'll bend the right knee, the left leg is going straight. So we're going to lift the leg straight up, and we're going to do an oblique twist, shoulder towards knee, and lower. Okay, so let's do 8 of those. So up, lower away, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Excellent job. Let's go to the other side. Okay, getting set up, and let's bring the leg in and lower. 2, 3. Make sure it's the shoulder to the knee, not the elbow. Okay, so we're getting a real good workout for those obliques. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Just hug those knees in. Okay, so now legs in tabletop, hold on behind the thighs, coming up so your chest is lifted, and we're going to go into our 100, but I'm going to give you some options on that today. Okay, so arms are coming long, head is supported in between the shoulders. So we're going to inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, then exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. So option to bring the legs in and out. If you want to keep them out all the time, do that. If you want to keep them in all the time, do that. Okay? Pumping those arms long. We're halfway there. And out. 3, 4, 5. In. Keep that head lifted. 4, 5. In. And out. 2 more rounds. In. Out. And last one. In. Out. And now get in again. Excellent. Let's give those abs a little bit of a breather. And we're going to do some work on the glutes in our shoulder bridge exercise. So again, arms are nice and long, pelvis is in neutral. You need to have your feet quite close in for shoulder bridge. So we're going to do 10 basic lifts. So it's as if we're not articulating now, we just lift the pelvis straight up, keeping the rib cage nice and down, the pelvis is up, and tap down. So for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, squeeze those glutes to the top, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so we're now going to do a lift and march. So I'll show you first. So we're going to lift up, one knee comes to tabletop, down it lowers to the floor, other side, lift up and down. So we're going to do 10 like that. So let's join me now. Lift and down, 2. So always in control, but again, we're isolating to individual legs. 4, 5, keep squeezing those glutes, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Great job. Okay, so now we're going to take one knee to tabletop and we're going to lift up, tap down, up, tap down. Join now, we'll do 8 each side. So lift, lower, 2, 3, push through the arms to help, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and down. It's a lot of work for that individual glute. Other side, for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, down, just lower that leg and let's bring the knee across. Extend the opposite arm and look away. And that should just release the back and also should get a nice stretch around this hip. And just breathe. And then let's go to the other side. Brilliant. So our next exercise is a variation of the rollover. So prep, which you may remember is this exercise where we're trying to lift up that pelvis. Okay, so today we're going to extend the legs on a diagonal. If this is too much for you, bring them straight up or just do the regular prep. So I'll show you what we're going to do. We're going to bring the knees in and lift up, extend away, and extend away. So let's do 8. So in and extend for 2. Again, use those arms. 3. I don't want you to swing the legs wildly though, okay? So always be in control. 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then just hold on to the fronts of the shins. Roll up, and then we're going to come and lie on our tummy. So we're going to lie down in a breaststroke position. So our arms are in a goalpost position. Our head is just lightly hovering off the mat. Then I want you to widen the knees. Heels are coming together. So some of you may recognize this as our heel squeeze prone exercise where we're squeezing the heels and then release. We're going to combine that with a breaststroke back extension exercise. So for now, just keep those heels lightly squeezed together. Okay, we're going to go into our breaststroke prep. So still pull those glutes and hamstrings down, abs are lifted as we inhale to prepare, and then exhale, lift up and down. So you might find with your heels in this position, you can't come up as high. That's fine. We're still working those back extensor muscles. 4 more. So you should be hardly pressing through those hands. All the work's in those back extensors. 3, Head is nice and in line. And last one. So we're now going to move on to the full breaststroke, and we're going to bring in a heel squeeze at the same time. So I'll show you once. So we're going to hover the hands off and the head off. We're going to reach forward, swim around. When you get to this position, you squeeze those heels and then come in, okay? So you reach, squeeze, and down. It's a pretty intense squeeze for your glutes. So let's do 8. Lift up. In. 2. 3. 4. 5. So when you release the arms, release the glutes. 6, but keep that back supported. 7. Last one. 8. And then just rest the head down. And rock from side to side. So I'm now going to do a hip flexor stretch. So if you can, I want you to grab hold of the ankles. If this is too much for you, grab one, or just stay rocking your pelvis on the floor, okay? But if you want to give it a go, just hold on to the backs of your ankles, okay? You should feel a stretch across the front of that pelvis, okay? Then if you wish, push the ankles into the hands and slightly extend and release. Just do 2 more. And release. And last one. And release. Great job. Coming onto your side now. And I've come onto my left side to demonstrate first, which is a mistake because my left side is my weakest side. So, never mind, it's all good. We're going to be doing a tricep push and to a side plank, modified side plank. So I'm going to show you once. So we're on the elbow, but my arm is at a 45 degree, okay? I don't want you to slouch into that. I want you to push through so that shoulder is nice and stable on the back. Knees are together, hips are stacked. We're going to push up with the tricep, push up with the hips, and the hips just come slightly forward. Legs go down, tricep relaxes. So I'll show you again, up, up, down, down. So let's give it a go. We're going to do 6. So lift and down. 2. So make the tricep, make that initial movement. 4. 5. And last one, 6. So I'm just now going to make it a little bit more challenging. So if you wish to keep it like that, please do. Otherwise, we're going to lift up, and then the arm comes up, the leg comes out. Leg in and lower. So 6 like that. So lift, up, in and down. For 2. 3, you should start feeling your tricep now. I definitely do. 4, 5, make sure you're not collapsing into that shoulder. And 6. Let's do a quick counter stretch. And let's do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so getting set up. So sometimes you need to adjust the arm after the first couple of reps if it doesn't feel right. Okay, work with your body. So we start with just the push, extend, lower and down. So let's do 6. 1, 2, squeeze those glutes as you push the hips forward at the top. 3, 4, 5, and last one, 6. So now let's add in the arm and the leg. So let's go straight into it. for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. And a quick counter stretch. Excellent job. I think that's a really good one for the triceps, to work them individually, because when we're working them both together, they tend to dominate one side or the other. Can't do that with that exercise. Okay, final exercise before we do a stretch is a push-up plank combination. So we're going to mold our little finger and then all the fingers in as you put your hands on the mat. Okay, we're going to push through those hands to make sure we're nice and stable on the back. Now the knees are coming back, so you're in a long line. So what we're going to do, we're going to inhale, exhale, and then push up to plank. Okay, so again, you might need to adjust your knees slightly. So we go down, up to plank. So let's try for 8. See how we go. Okay, so inhale, exhale, hold in plank. Again, up. Keep those shoulders nice and stable. Don't collapse into them. Keep that neck in alignment as well. Tendency is to look at the hands. Okay, that's 4, that's halfway. Stop anytime you wish. You can hold it in just hold it in a plank, or just do the push-ups, or keep going. We've got 2 more. Last one. And we're going to hold it in plank for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees in, and then just come to a shell stretch. So it's as if we're rounding over a ball. And then we're going to end with the lovely mermaid stretch. Okay, so arms on the diagonal, hips are as grounded as they can be, and then we scoop around until you feel a stretch across the backs of the shoulders, which we really need after that last exercise. I can really feel that, it feels nice. And breathe. Opening out, drop the elbow, push that opposite hip down as you lift up. A lovely stretch across the side. And then counter stretch. And let's spin round to the other side. So opening out and scooping around. Opening out, dropping down. Really make the most out of these stretches. They're going to set us up for the whole day. And counter stretch. And you're done. So I hope you like that. There's quite a lot of new exercises in that routine, so it was nice for me to do something new as well. Leave me a comment, let me know what you think. I hope to be back again really soon. So subscribe to the channel so you know what's on the way.